welcome to Wendy's Colouring, and today's video is obviously my end of the month video. And at one point this month I thought there's not going to be an end of the month video because I haven't done enough to do it. But yeah, slowly, I got some done. I think it's been quite warm in the UK, and I'm sure in other countries you're like, yeah, shut up, it's warm here all the time. I know. But yeah, I'm not used to the heat. I'm used to cold, wet, windy. That's what we get where I live, and that's what I'm used to. And my little crafty room up here gets so hot when it starts getting silly temperatures in the UK. And yeah, this house is quite well insulated, obviously because it's cold most of the time. So yeah, trying to cool it down again, mission impossible. And I find it very difficult to concentrate to colour when it is crazy roasting hot. So yeah, at one point I'm going to put a light on because that looks a little bit dull, doesn't it? I might put the other one on as well. Thought we might get away with not needing them, but now I'm thinking we might. There we are. That's a little bit better, isn't it? Yeah, so yeah, about halfway through this month I'd got like that little bit of RJ Hampson's page done and not much more. But yeah, finally cooled down a little bit, so I got a bit done, thankfully. Now then, this was my whip. I think it was last month, although as part of me thinks it was a month before. It may have taken me 3 months to do this page. I can't be sure. Because this is my work bag book. I don't know how clear that is. It normally lives in my work bag. So it does, I don't get a huge amount of time to do stuff on it. It does take a lot longer if it goes in my work bag because I just don't get much time to touch it really. I think last time I'd shown it, I'd done the skin, and I think I'd started on the hair on this. Yeah, it has taken me quite a while, and as you can imagine, this hair has taken a very, very long period of time. I have mixed feelings about doing Hannah Carlson's portraits. I enjoy them, but then I get about halfway through the hair and think, oh, but I've got all this bit of the hair to do. And I kind of quite like it where it's kind of like curly and it has a bit of a bend in it, and it's, you know, it's quite fun to colour. But then when you get down to these kind of long straight bits, I get quite bored with those bits. So I find, yeah, I should start at the bottom and work up. So I do the bit that I know I find boring first, but I don't. I tend to do near the face first. And then, yeah, I get down here and I'm like, oh, I'm overdoing this. I'm sick of doing it. When's it going to end? What have I used? Skin is Luminance, and then Derwent Drawing for all the skin bits. Hair is Light Fast, Derwent Light Fast and Derwent Pro Colour together. And they work quite well together, really. I do like the Light Fast on this Hannah Carlson paper. They seem to work quite nicely on the... and I think that's all the pencils that I've used. I think it's mainly... undoubtedly, this is my work set, so there are some luminance in that set. There are some Light Fast, but it's not a full set that's in there. It's just odd ones. I think my husband bought me an extra tin and it was just a 36, so I think it's those and a few odd ones that I bought separately. The greenery is Luminance, I think, and the flowers are the same pencils that I used for the hair, as I'm sure you can probably tell, so it's back to Light Fast and Pro Colour. I always want to say Pro Art, and it's Arts Pro Colour. And the same in her earring. It's the same green that I've used for the leaves of Luminance, and then the same Light Fast and Pro Colour in her ears. And I think these were Light Fast actually, the little blues. And I think I did go back to my Luminance black because I do like the Luminance black. Background was supposed to be a navy blue, but I think I've definitely put too much black in it because it dried far more like black than I thought it was. But yeah, this is just one of the Arteza craft acrylics. I think it was just a multi-pack that I've had for ages and ages. Yeah, it was okay. I had masking tape this bit off, and then when I pulled it off, this little bit here ripped, which I don't think for a second you can see. No, you can't see, but I can definitely feel it. But you kind of can't see it now, so I'm living with it. what can you do? These things happen. I just thought it was being clever. I was like, yeah, it was coming off really easy. Rip. It was coming off easy till you got to that bit. And yeah, I'm okay with this one. I wish it was a bit more navy blue in the back. I didn't want it to be completely jet black, and it kind of does look jet black, doesn't it? On camera and in real life, if I'm honest. But yeah, it's I think it's the third one out of this book. Oh no, fourth, because I've done those awful bugs that I now dislike. Yeah, so I've done this little witchy on that side. I've done that one. I think I've done another witchy portrait somewhere. So yeah, fourth one in this book. This book probably going back on the shelf because I think I'm a bit over it. Out of all my Hannah Carlson books, this is not my favourite one. There are some nice pages in here. There are stuff like this is a beautiful double at some point. Might do this one around Halloween actually, this double, because it is a lovely double. But I'm like, am I ever going to do the three-eyed bird? I'm not sure I am. Some of these flowers and butterfly ones are pretty. But I don't know, for some reason it just doesn't call to me the same way. Like, I'm probably not going to do that ghost page. I didn't love doing the ghosts on that portrait, to be honest. They kind of seemed to take me ages. I just couldn't get past it. But anyway, some done in Tales from the Witch's Cottage by Hannah Carlson. Where am I going to put it? I have to go in there. Then the other one that you've probably seen a little bit of this month was I did start in R.J. Hampson's Moonlight Mischief. If you've not seen what I've did I do some... I don't think I did some colouring with it, did I? I think I just showed it, so you don't need to watch the other video. But yeah, I did show this in my colour video, if I can find the page. Yeah. So yeah, this one I did start with my colours. First page I've ever done with my colours 300s. Obviously I'm very used to colouring in R.J. Hampson's books. I'm used to this paper that his books are printed in. Obviously it's an Amazon paper. But yeah, I thought they worked pretty good on here. I have, since I showed it before, I still kind of feel like it's a bit dark. Let's switch that on, that's better. I have, since I showed it before on my last video, I have added a blue over the top of this green, so because I just wanted it to be a little bit darker around the very edge, like it was kind of sinking away into the dark forest or something. But obviously since I've done that video, I have done all the little characters. I did really enjoy working on this page. You do have to layer these pencils to get the effects you want, but as you can see, they do layer quite nicely on this paper. I think they definitely do like a paper with some texture, and obviously this does have a bit of texture to it. But yeah, I really enjoyed doing the little characters. If I'm doing a page like this, I always work it in that I will do the backgrounds first, thinking about any light sourcing that's on the page as well, and then I save all the little creatures till last, because I know myself, I enjoy doing the little creatures. Like, I really enjoyed doing these two at the front. There's just something about them, isn't there? They're cute. I like the stance they're in. He's holding on to the little ladybird, like they're not both quite too sure about this angry looking, well, I've done him like he's an angry wasp or something. They're just cute, aren't they? They've got nice little characters about them, but I know myself, I enjoy doing them the best, and then the page, then I think, oh, I've got to do all this background. Whereas if I do all the background first, then it's like a little reward to myself to be able to colour the little characters. I did not enjoy doing him, but I did decide his face is quite cute, so go on, you can stay in the page. But yeah, no more spiders. But I enjoyed the rest. Yeah, I really enjoyed working on this page. I enjoyed the pencils, and I love the little characters in these books. They are some of my most favourite books to colour. And yeah, it was a fun page. It was one of those pages, there's a lot to do, because these are A4, aren't they? They're quite a good sized book. But yeah, it just kind of happily gets done somehow, because you're just enjoying it and you're kind of concentrating on what's going on. Yeah, I loved every minute of working on this page. And I was kind of thinking in my head, oh yeah, I should do another uncoloured book month next month, but I was like, but that means I can't colour in this book if I do that. And yeah, I quite fancy doing that. One's cute. Look, my ladybird is in there again, and look at him, he's quite cute. So yeah, perhaps I'll do an uncoloured book with some coloured books in there. It's not uncoloured book month then, is it? But yeah, I love doing this little first page. Larry visits the Oracle. It was a fun page. Really pleased with it. Lovely book. Then I thought, no, it's about time I worked in this one. This is another really beautiful book. So nicely made. Emma's Tale by Grazia Salvo. Lovely chunky book. Only kind of like a pocket-sized book. It's only small. And I've never worked in it. I think I've had this a year, 6 months, certainly a while. I don't think it's supposed to be a colouring book because it does have this little story that's going on through it, and I think these are Inktober drawings that are in here. But yeah, I did this first. I think, is it the first illustration in here? I think it is. Yeah, I thought I'll do the first one. I quite like it. I'm not promising I'll carry on doing the first ones. But yeah, it was a pretty quick page really. So I did do this in my Copics. As you can see, come through, we can see what I've co-picked. But then I used my luminance over the top and the new acrylic pens that I got from Temu. What are they called? Have I got them to hand? Let's see if I can grab one. I can never remember what these are called because they're called something unusual. These ones, Guangna? I'm sorry, I'm sure I've just butchered them. These ones, anyway, I've used those. I've used those on most of my pages this month, just to see how they were really. And yeah, I've been quite pleased with them. They work quite nicely on this paper. I can kind of feel where they are, but you kind of can't see where they are, can you? There's a little bit in her hair, there's a little bit here and there, but in the main, because these drawings are so beautiful, I've not taken a huge amount of the line work out of these because it just didn't feel necessary. But yeah, very quick, easy page. It's a cute little book. I don't think I'm ever going to use these little journaly pages, so I'm quite happy to use my alcohol markers in here. But yeah, I might do another one of these next month. It's a quick and easy little book, and there's lots of different little characters in here. But yeah, my first one from Emma's Tale by Salvia Grazia. Then this book has been on my to be coloured pile. I'm going to need to go out of it because this book is quite tall. There we go, that'll do. You see that my mat's not straight now. Straighten up. This book has been on my to be coloured pile for quite a while. So Enchanted Seasons by, I'm not even going to try and read Natalia's name, sorry. But yeah, the paper in it is beautiful. It's a beautiful printed book. And I don't know why I've been a bit intimidated by it, because it's visually, it does remind me of Hannah Carlson. It's not the same. Her drawing style is not the same. But they're all quite strange little drawings in it. But this month I thought, no, this is ridiculous. I've got to do some. So I have finally got a page done in it. And I did this one. Her portraits are quite blank, so there's not much going on in the portraits. Is there a more similar one to the one I've done, just to kind of show you? There's no grayscale at all. She doesn't do, like Hannah does put a few marks in here and there to kind of help you with the shading, but she doesn't tend to. It is quite plain marks, so you are kind of on your own doing it. This is in luminance and Derwent drawing and some light fast, so I think all the, I really do like some of the orangey yellows in the light fast, so they are in all of this hair, they're in all of these flowers, in some of the bugs from a light fast. Skin will be luminance and Derwent drawing, because they are my go-to skin pencils at the moment. These same, whatever they're called, cheek markers that I've got from Temu, use those. And I think I did use a Tuli Art pen just for one of the yellows that I wanted a little bit more work on it. But yeah, overall I'm quite pleased with this first one. Paper is beautiful to work on, and again, luminance, light fast, both worked really nicely on this page. It felt really nice to work on. Yeah, I was quite impressed with the feel of how it was to work on this book paper. It was just really nice. So it did take a while because these are quite big books, and there is no, other than a bit of line marker, it is all pencil work. All the background is layered pencil work, as well as obviously all the pencil work in the skin. So yeah, it did take me quite a bit of time to get this to this point, but yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it. And there's obviously a lot more to do in this book, but at least I feel I've made a start on it. I feel a bit more confident about getting something done in this book, and that it is a lovely book to work, so I need to do a bit more in it. But yeah, my first in Enchanted Seasons by Natalia. Not even going to try. Then, another new book to me. There is a flip of this on the channel. Let me go back in a little bit because this is much smaller. There is a flip of this on the channel if you've not seen it. It is called, hopefully I've left a sticker in, shoot myself if not at this point, A Journey Through Fairy Tales with the Little Friends of the Forest by Suguri Kobayashi. I think actually I did notice Pretty Pages has done a flip of this over this weekend as well, so if you want a different version of it, she's also got a flip through of it. It is a cute little book. Did I put a tag in? And I have had a go at this page. Oop, helps if we're on the screen, doesn't it? Yeah, this paper, I've not done a huge amount in these books that I got, so finding which pencils I like on this paper is still a bit of a work in progress. This is the Colors 300s that I've only just got, because again I just wanted to see how they were on this paper. This paper does have a bit of texture on it. I don't think they work quite as nicely on this as they do on the Amazon paper, but still, as you can see, they're nice and bright, nice and vivid. That's one of the reasons I've picked them for this page, really, because I've picked this kind of circus page. I thought I want the colours really bright and strong, and they have a nice strong colour palette in them, so I thought again I'll give it a go. Background also pencil work. I did need to use a blender on top of this. I've just used a blender pencil. I think it was a Prismacolor one actually that I happened to be on the table, so I have used a blender, particularly in the background, just to smooth it off, because obviously I don't really want to see pencil marks in the background. Not so much in the curtains and those kind of things, but these bigger spaces I have used a blender in. And then the metallics that you can see are Decogel Star Sparks. That again, they've got quite a nice colour palette, so it kind of suited this kind of blingy page, which is my first page out of Fairy Tales with the Friends of the Forest. It's a cute little book, this. I'm still very tempted to do the Jack and the Beanstalk because I do like this page, but it feels like there's a lot to do and a lot of tiny little leaves, which does put me off, but I think this is really cute that's on the front. It's a very nice little book, so glad I've started in that one. Then two more. This one, I'm not sure I'm calling this one done, completely done. Again, this book has been in and out of my colouring plans. I've still not got to it, so this month I was like, no, I'm going to do some because I want to start in it. And there are only little drawings in here anyway, if I can find where I've put them. Where have you gone? So I did this page, but I'm umming and ahhing about whether to do a background on this page or not, because obviously all these pages in this book are the same. They're just little characters on their own, but because this is kind of the page that's quite decorative, I kind of ummed and ahed about doing this background just in gold. Like I think I have what brand is it? Let me grab it. Can't find it, but this make anyway, it'll be behind. I have the Deco Art version of the gold one of those, and I was half thinking, oh, more gold on this page might be really appropriate, but I have just run out of time because this was my last one. I've got one more to show you, but this was the one I was finishing off. But I still can't decide whether I want to do the background gold or not. What do you think? Should I gold this background? Kind of feels like it'd go with some of the costumes and the printed page on the other side, but don't know. I did quite enjoy it. These are Luminance and Holbein. This is quite a smooth paper, so there was no way I was going to put the colours on this. I think it would be hard work on this smooth paper. It's quite thick paper, but obviously you have this print on the back, so I don't really think you want anything that's going to come through, because I think it would show the print through when the ink goes through, if you see what I mean. So I've just stuck purely to pencil. Again, I've used some of these things, these ones, these things. I'm quite liking these things. The nibs are a little bit different to my Artex, but I'm still finding you can still get quite a good point, and it's quite a strong tip on them, so they don't tend to, the Artex points do move a little bit when you're using them, just for fine little, obviously I'm using them to go over lines, so I don't want the tip splitting, and undoubtedly some of my Artex tips do split when I've been using them quite a while. These don't seem, so far, it's early days, these don't seem so far like they are doing that. They're a little bit harder to use than the Artex, it is a bit more of an awkward angle. But so far I've been pretty pleased with them. Again, some of the Deco Gels by Karen are on here for some of the bullingy metallic bits. But yeah, I quite enjoyed doing this page. Fairly quick little page. There's plenty more to do in here. I think it would get a little bit repetitive. It's certainly not a book I'm going to pick every month. But there's a few in here that I quite like the look of. And again, you know, once every few months maybe this book will pop back up to do another one, because I think there's some nice little pages in here. But Dolly Dingles, hold on, have I written down who's it by Grace Drazer, Argo 9 Studios. I got it from Ali. It's in one of my book hauls somewhere if you want to find it. And then finally this month, a book that I've not touched any of these that I've bought. Again, it's a bit tall. I'm going to need to go out a little bit. So this is one of the sticker books by Moulin Routy. This one's La Parisienne. These books, there's a few of these ones. Again, they're in some of my book hauls somewhere. But basically you have, I think they're for kids, that you have some nice little scenes that vary, and then at the very back you get this load of stickers, which you can see I've not used any of them. The idea being you can stick them onto your pages. Now, I was tempted to stick some of these on, I can't lie, but problem number one that I did definitely notice when working on this book, because it has this pocket and it's kind of, as you can see, it's folded card, when you come to actually colour, obviously that's in the way. So in order to work this book, I've had to kind of bend the page back in order to work on the page that I was working on. So I've done this one. Move my feather. And yeah, this has taken quite a bit of time to work through. We could do going out a little bit more, couldn't we? Let's see. Oh, that's not too bad. So obviously this is shaped like the little house, Parisian house. This whole section here was completely blank, like the windows on this side. Oh, now we've got weird sunshine. Hold on, let me pause and sort it. Back again. So yeah, back a little bit. Turn the light up a little bit now. Ugh. So yeah, this whole window was just completely empty, like these windows are on the other side, and that felt like a very big space with nothing going on. So I have drawn in these little hills, and I have drawn in all the little clouds and sky bit myself, because it kind of felt like she needed a view. I was at one point, because I've been working on this week and thought, oh, I'm not going to get this finished, but I thought, oh, it's no good, I've got to have something in the window. I'm not going to cheat and just do it like grey reflection, because I thought that would be a bit boring, wouldn't it? So I did persuade myself to do the hills and the clouds, and I do like the hills and the clouds on it. I was umming and ahhing about putting some of these stickers in, but as you can see, one of them was just all these like house plants. You wouldn't really get them on a train, would you? So I thought, there, no. This one is very much kind of furniture, which again, I couldn't really see those on a train. I suppose I could have had a random dog basket on here somewhere or on the floor, but I don't know, it just didn't feel like it kind of went with it. Next one did have these cases, but as you can see, it's got the cases. Ooh, if it weren't going off the top of the screen. It's got the cases already, and I thought I'd already coloured these and I hadn't really looked at these stickers, so it was just purely coincidence that I did one blue because I'd got all this green, so I thought I need something that's not green and I didn't want any more brown, so I did them blue just to be something different. But then, I don't know, I thought, well, I'm going to put them right next to the ones I've coloured. That'd just look a bit daft, wouldn't it? And I quite like this nice little travel case, but I don't know, as you can see, they're quite shiny. So I thought, do I want just a random shiny thing on there? I don't know. In the end, I chose not to add the stickers. What do you think? Should I have added the stickers? I don't know. I don't know whether I should have added them or not. I won't be able to get them back in now. I'm going to put them back in though, because otherwise they'll just hang about on my desk for a while. But yeah, my first one in this page. It's a funny book, this one, really. I can't see myself doing all of this book, but I do like some of the pages of it, and I think out of all of them, this is one of my favourite. I quite like this little kitchen book. I suppose I could use one of those cactus plants or something from the stickers in this room. Although I don't remember there being many kitchen things on those stickers. This one, kind of treehouse one, is okay. This one's a bit boring, isn't it? I can't see myself doing that one, but I quite like this kind of allotment, kind of kitchen garden thing. That's quite nice, although how much my reds come through there. Dope. This one, I really like this kind of traditional gypsy caravan, but this bit, I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this bit? Because it's basically like the caravan see-through. You've lost all the walls. And those stickers feel a bit small to go in there and a bit modern to go in a gypsy caravan. So I kind of really want to do this bit. That really interests me. But I kind of wish it was just a solid caravan and all that painted effect had gone on. But I'm just moaning now. This one I quite like, and no doubt the plants will go in there. This I did in my Brute Funa 520s, and I did that purely because when I did the colour video, quite a few people were, oh, those colours are exactly the same as your Brute Funas. And I was like, are they though? Now I've only got the 520 Brutes and the square Brutes, the 120 squares. And they aren't like the 120 squares, definitely. And I don't honestly think they're like my 520 Brute Funas either. This is different paper, and maybe I need to work them both onto the same page or something to make an honest... I still at this point prefer the colours over my Brute 520s. The 520s are nice, I must admit. I'm used to using big sets of pencils. 300 is fine for me. My big pencil case that's on my desk has 350 in it most of the time because I have Holbein, Luminance, Lightfast all together in one case, so that's 350. And I use that quite happily day in, day out. I'm used to 300-ish pencils, that doesn't bother me at all, but 520, I must admit, did feel a lot of pencils on my desk. And it was getting on my nerves a little bit having it on my desk. Plus, I don't particularly love the order of them. A lot of them feel like they're the same colour with very little difference in the colour variation in my Brute 520s. Yes, there's a lot of colours, but I still find myself kind of, is there not a lighter one of these? Surely there's a lighter one of these. I'm not kind of finding the shade I wanted, really. I'm quite happy with how they've worked on here. Again, I've had to layer quite a lot to get these to be as I wanted to, and I have used a blender an awful lot on this page. I have, particularly with the clouds, had to do some blending, then add some more layers, do some more blending, add some more layers to get the colour depth that I wanted, because they were kind of building up a little bit on this page, and it is, I don't know how well it'll show it, it is, well, you can kind of see, can't you, it's quite a waxy finish, more so than I think my colours were. So I personally, at the moment, I'm not saying I'm completely correct, I don't feel the sets of Brutes that I've got are exactly the same as the colour that I've bought just. But my Brutes are 2 years old now, the colours are brand new, so no doubt the recipes change over time, don't they? Maybe if I bought a set of Brutes today, maybe they would be closer, I'm not sure. My Brutes, I did notice as soon as I opened the pencil case, even though they're 2 years old, they still stink. They stink. That pencil case stinks. My colours, I've had a month, haven't I? I've got them this month. I put them in a pencil case. I haven't noticed them smelling in that pencil case since I put them in. They undoubtedly smelt when I first opened the tin the first day, but I think now they've been out and used a bit, they don't seem to smell. But these still do have quite a strong whiff. That pencil case stinks. There's no way around it. But yeah, I do like them. There's lots of good colours in them. I need to use them a little bit more. Like I say, it'd be interesting, I think, to kind of do a double, maybe do colours on one side and the Brutes on the other, and see what I think on that respect. But yeah, I'm pleased I've done this page. And I enjoyed doing this page. It was quite fun. I was thinking these were a double that carried on, but then, as you can see, you've got this kind of, I don't know if this is the shelf that goes over the chairs or it's some kind of light. I wasn't sure, but it doesn't carry on onto the other page. So I was like, oh, maybe I could swap these colours about completely. So where I've done the greens, green chairs, and where I've done the reds, maybe do these red in the background. I don't know, I might do that. We shall see. It'd be nice if there was another person, I think, there as well. But my first page in one of these Moulin Rouge pages, and I've done La Parisienne. I just got this online from some little small company. Search for it if you want to have a look. There was quite a few places that were stocking some of these Moulin Rouge pages when I bought the few that I have. And that is it this month. That is all my goodies that I've got through. Ow, dropping them on the floor and ripping my nail off. Not a good move. Quite pleased, considering, like I say, I got to the point really, excuse my chair, where I was like, no, I'm not getting anything done. I've got nothing to show. I've literally got half an RJ Hampson. But yeah, the last 2 weeks I seem to have motored along and got a few things finished, and I have enjoyed these because they're all different, and apart from my Hannah Carls and my workbook, these are all uncoloured books to me, so I feel like it's been a good tick box activity for me this month. I'm going to pick some uncoloured ones again, I think, next month, because it's nice to kind of get a start in these and do some things different. I find I do get a bit kind of stuck in the books I enjoy working in, and I can't persuade myself to start some of the ones that, again, I like. This book is beautiful. Why it's taken me this long, who knows? Anyway, hope you're enjoying your colouring. Hope there was something that was interesting to you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.